young boys who are sure to.
Hello, everybody. Let's.
What a note to go live on.
Yeah.
Hello,
Great,
everyone.
That's great. Yeah.
Anyway.
You're an asshole, Preston.
He did warn you.
Get
He
everyone
did
to-
say, "I'm going to go
I
live
know.
now."
I
I
was
know.
saying that. I was saying that.
He-
Anyway, all right. So we were having a very interesting discussion about webtoons, and apparently there's a lot of salacious stuff on webtoons, and here we are. So speaking of salacious stuff, we have new pages for Angel of Darkness this evening.
Is that all we
Right.
have? Nobody else dropped anything?
No one else submitted anything.
I do have some first drafts finally for some more
Neat.
Cygnus Imperium.
That is
so
awesome.
that will be readable probably next week. I'm getting my booster tomorrow, so
Can't wait. I was just reading an article from NPR that Omicron doesn't really care too much about vaccination status. So there you go. See, the virus has learned to not discriminate, and it's good that way.
well, it is the 21st century. It's a very 21st century virus.
It is. But yeah, this NPR story was like, I can't talk
It's
about
so
this
woke.
or I'll get banned off YouTube. But it was like there was a party in Norway, and this guy had Omicron from South Africa, and he didn't know it, and he attended. But everybody at the party was vaccinated, and like 70% of the party participants came down with Omicron. So apparently vaccination doesn't matter in terms of the new virus. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but it's also not killing anybody, I don't think. So
It's very much not hospitalizing people who have been vaccinated, from what I heard.
Yeah.
Like 70% chance of not getting hospitalized if you've gotten your 2 shots.
And from what I understand, like vaccinated or unvaccinated, like Omicron hasn't killed anyone, to my knowledge. I mean, feel free to correct me.
Well, let's chalk that one up to science, and good luck.
Well,
and hopefully it's.
I mean,
I'm sure it's killed lots of people. Or
there's been a few deaths in my area, but they were also 80-year-olds with respiratory problems, so it's really hard to say. Yeah.
And of course, although now that I'm saying it, I do have to go. But the thing is that no one's really gotten down to, this person died of the Omicron. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Meaningless.
And in less than an hour after this stream ends, there's going to be a coronavirus warning on this video.
There you go.
Probably.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm is going to listen to what we're saying and automatically slap it on there.
Well,
because
it's
that's
definitely going to now.
I mean, if you say that, it's like retroactively mute everything.
There you go.
Anyways, go get your shot. It keeps you from dying, and it means your reality could actually happen. That's the takeaway.
There you go.
Thanks.
Okay.
Albert.
Page 6, issue 2. So the first 5 pages they were on a train heading away from badness.
Yes. So basically, I kept in the majority of the new opening that we read last week. The flashback with Njoko and his wife, and I moved up. There was that scene, then there was a scene, and then we cut to Aaron and Amos, where they were talking about the shadow. So that basically became pages 4 and 5. So that kind of got moved up, and I basically combined what was, because I think that was 6 and 7. So basically I kind of swapped them around, and that way I could put all of this drama all together and hopefully make it more dramatic.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
so we might actually have some setup for the Great Train Robbery?
There we go.
Something like that, yes. That is the goal.
All right.
So we'll see if you guys like what I got.
So who's reading what?
You narrated for me last week, right?
Yep, happy
Danny?
to keep doing that. I don't actually talk to a lot of
Yeah.
humans in my day-to-day,
Why don't you do
so
that?
This is a lot of my weekly talking. All right, page 6. Panel 1, exterior, train coupler 3-4, morning. Hanso stands on the train coupler, looking into passenger coach number 3.
And we lost Preston.
We did?
Oh,
No, we didn't.
no?
He just wasn't moving briefly.
Okay.
We thought you were frozen.
All right.
Uh,
I don't know
very
who I
still.
am. I'm just passively
Oh.
observing.
Panel 2, interior, passenger coach number 3, also morning. Ujaku stands at the front of the train. Various conscripts, farmers, butchers, bankers all stand around clamoring. I like this more already. We need a farmer.
I'm sorry. I kept dropping out. You guys can just pick. It doesn't matter. They're all going to end up dead in a couple pages anyway.
We barely made it out with our lives, and you want us to go back? Asterix.
We left far too many behind. Asterix. Yeah.
By the way,
Panel
2
3.
should be TOO.
Yeah.
A farmer dressed in denim overalls attempts to speak comforting words.
We are
Hopefully
sorry
this is not
for
the
your
same farmer as
loss.
The other farmer?
I don't know.
Whatever.
We are sorry for your loss, but your wife is dead.
You don't know that.
Yay! Panel 4. An Anglican preacher stands up. A tanner sits on the bench across from him. Now we need a preacher. Larry, you want to be the preacher?
Sure, why not? We will pray for her soul so that she may enter God's eternal rest.
Enough of that white man's religion. The dead walk. This is ancient magic. We must make sacrifices, appease the ancient gods. Page 7, panel 1. Hanso enters passenger coach number 3. The conscripts look up at his towering figure.
What is this squabbling?
You have sold your soul.
Speak English or bite your tongue.
Panel 2. A middle-aged African dressed in fine European suit stands.
The collective savings of our town lies in the vault beneath the town bank.
Wait!
Should we leave it behind to be raided by marauders?
Without the taste of men, surely those fiends will feast on my prized bull. That gold may be all my family has to rebuild.
Hey! Panel 3. Ujaku can take command of the situation. He points
I
behind
quite
him
literally rewatched the stream and went down and took notes. And I'm like, using that, using that, using that.
No, like, this is dramatic and it's good and it gets us all involved and you get a ton of people involved and you get the sense that everyone's living in a society. And there's a, like, we can just go rob the bank.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay.
Well, I will say that was...
Okay, yeah, Ojaku's doing stuff. He's pointing at the baggage coach. Cool. Someone be Ojaku. Who's Ojaku?
Right behind me, we have enough munitions to take on a small army. Surely we can reclaim the land that is ours, save those who we left behind, and put our loved ones to rest.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Panel 4.
They're
Hanso
making
shouts
much
in
more
the
compelling
door.
arguments this time. I gotta say.
Temper growing hot, his hand rests on his pistol holster, strapped to his hip.
Captain, cease this traitorous talk, or I will have you court-martialed, and any who stand with the captain, I will see you hanged myself.
Page 8, passenger coach number 3. Oh, okay. Panel 1, the tanner leaps at Hanso. Panel 2, Hanso draws his pistol.
That's why.
Lead direction on that panel 2 shot for camera width. Panel 3, the preacher stands raising his hand, attempting to calm them.
Gentlemen, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Panel 4, large panel. The entire passenger coach is in chaos as the passengers have turned to fisticuffs. I love this. Towards the front of the coach, Ojaku waves those who would side with him towards the baggage coach. The farmer punches the butcher in the face. Towards the center of the coach, the tanner straddles Hansu's back.
Preston, I
Those
think you were in
of you
Joko.
with me, come on.
Panel 5, Hanso throws the tanner off his back. Panel 6, Hansu takes aim, fires the pistol. Blam!
But aim at what?
Panel 7, the bullet pieces Ojaku in the back. Okay, pierces Ojaku in the back. Blood mists from his chest.
Gurgle.
Page 9. Panel 1. Exterior, train coupler 8-9. Day. So, okay, good. Amos and Aaron stand on the train coupler.
How is Lady Ridley holding up?
I'm not quite sure. Something doesn't seem quite right with her.
Panel 2. Interior observation coach day. Nikki stands nude. All right. Alone in the observation coach, washing herself with a rag by the
These
sink.
panels are way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. We sold Preston now.
Yeah. Way better.
Behind her leather satchel sits. An ominous purple glow comes from within. Eerie SFX from satchel. Nikita! Panel 3. Nikki removes a purple glowing skull from her satchel, staring at it. Nikita! Someone be Nikki?
Preston, what do you do, Nikki?
Baba, what is it?
Fear comes over Nikki.
By the gods!
Page 10. Interior, passenger coach number 3. Day. The Shadow. Hovers
Should be hovers.
over Ojaku.
Yes, should be hovers.
Hansu and the conscript stand in fear and awe, watching. Panel 2. The shadow forces itself on into Ojaku through his mouth and nose. Panel 3. Zombie Ojaku stares at Hansu, almost smiling. Then, panel 4. Zombie Ojaku roars at Hansu. Roar! Humans are really bad at roaring. I don't know why zombie things keep having zombies roar. Panel 5. Zombie Ojaku rips the arm of the butcher. Bloody ligamings. That's not a word.
Yeah.
String along the arm. Rips the arm off the butcher.
Bloody ligaments.
Or bloody ligaments.
Yeah.
Swing along the arm where it used to be connected to the body.
Gory shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, gory
Zombie
shit,
Ojaku.
basically. He ripped a dude's arm off. It's gory.
Just say he rips a dude's arm off. It's gory. That's what your illustrator's for. Zombie Ojaku throws the farmer out a window. Cool. Yep. The fenestration is always awesome.
There we go. Zombie defenestration. See, that's something I've never seen. I've never seen zombie defenestration before.
Yeah, no, this is
What
much
is
better
that?
than a zombie defenestrating someone.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Defenestrate means to throw someone out a window. That is actually a verb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to use that because my new penciler is also Brazilian and is going to be reading my script through Google Translate. So
Yeah. Might be a
I'll
bad
stick with
idea.
simple words.
Defenestrate translates really well into Robed's languages.
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, fenêtre is French for window.
Yeah.
So
he's Portuguese.
I don't know Portuguese. You could check.
It's like Spanish, so it's similar, but
There you go.
not a little bit different. Yeah.
It's different enough that it's not Spanish.
It says
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
say that
Yeah.
Brazilians speak Spanish.
No,
You'll be hated by Brazilians.
They don't speak Spanish. I said it's similar, but so are all the Latin languages. So, anyway.
Anyway,
Panel 1, exterior, African belt, day. The farmer hits the desert. It's a belt, not a desert. Stop it. His body over his head, emphasizing shattering the bones, crack.
Do we know it's a
L2.
belt?
Exterior, train coupler 8-9. Amos sees the farmer's body on the... It's a belt!
Well, maybe it's in the
As the
Sahara.
train
so-
passes.
yeah.
the belt is a
There'd be
desert.
rocks
isn't
on a
it?
belt.
No, belts is different, but it's
Belt's a
I might have to
grassland.
double
yeah,
It's a grassy
Oh,
plain.
it is?
Yeah. It's got
Oh,
those
So
stubby-looking
it's-
trees.
So it's not like the Sahara.
no, it's like
Yeah.
grassy and dirty. But anyway,
By the way, John, did
Whole
you see
wildebeest.
that the role-playing supplement I uploaded to the role-playing?
Oh, yes. I
Look
kept
at
forgetting
this
to look at that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
actually
that.
thinking of I'm actually putting together for a role-playing game like a steampunk setting in Africa. So yeah,
That sounds
Ah.
really fun.
I actually
involving a
really wanted to
train.
do this.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to do this more steampunk. I just didn't really know how. So I just decided to just stick with what I had originally.
Fair enough.
think
I
we
kind
all
of wanted to
agree it's working
steampunk
out
it up,
pretty
but I
well
felt
right
like that
now.
would cheapen the story. But anyway,
Cheapen the
I
story
don't know if
because
that
it's like
cheapens
really
the story,
touching.
but
It's like
No.
it's like a really meaningful sentiment that you don't want to cheapen by throwing in like Wild Wild West shit.
no,
Okay.
no, like the not stakes, but I felt like this. I wanted to try to raise the stakes. It's more serious, and
A zombie
Well-
just penetrated someone. This is
Yeah. All right.
anyway, yeah.
So steampunk, because I've been actually hanging out and talking with people, and there's actually a little community. It's essentially, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells. It's the science fiction of yesteryear. So,
Well,
and some
Yeah.
of those stories are kind of deep.
there are different versions of steampunk. That's one of them, but
That's the only
yeah,
one. That
I guess I just felt
Yeah.
like people wouldn't take it too seriously if it was.
there's like
well,
Victorian
thing-
steampunk where it's
Yeah.
like speculative if steam technology had taken off more. And anyway, and then there's like post-apocalyptic steampunk, which is in the future where we reverted back to steam technology. So, think Mortal Engines if you ever saw that movie. So
I did.
giant
Yeah.
steaming pile of crap that was.
I like it.
It could have
mean,
been better.
the I would say, like, just like you go and you make a tweet, or you like, look at it this way: if you go to Instagram to share your comic book artwork, which is really what Instagram is useful for.
Yep.
Like, how many hashtags, like if I share like a page out of Palace of the Golden Princess, it's gonna be like, okay, fantasy, D&D, I'm just gonna sit here and put all the hashtags. The more hashtags you can put, the more people will see it. So I think if you were to embrace steampunk, it's not like you would lose the zombie people.
Just adding technology. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Train Coupler 89. Amos sees the farmer's body on the not sand as the train passes.
It's good you're getting
my
these notes
God.
before the penciler starts work, right?
The belt.
Who's Amos?
Just Google it. You can see a
Yeah.
picture of a belt.
What's the devil? All right.
Panel 3. Interior observation coach. Nikki, still nude, still holding the glowing purple skull.
I'm
Look
glad
out
we
window,
avoided
observation
cheapening the story, by the way.
Sorry?
I was when we're here with nude Nikki, I just wanted to say, and I'm really glad we didn't cheapen the story too much.
I mean, it pays off.
Hey, that was actually customer request. Somebody who
Oh,
bought
yeah.
the first issue was making comments about the titties and
Yeah.
asked if there was going to be more titties in the second one.
Of course.
And when I mentioned that my previous draft did not have more titties, they were very
They
disappointed.
were like, I'm out.
So
All right, I'm
That's
not
the only
back.
reason I'm buying this. I mean, it's like,
I'm like, well, if that's what my customers want, I have to
Problem
make
solved, but-
sure
Yeah,
that
man.
they get what they want.
Again, because John has been with me since the days of the Venice Writing Group, and back then when we attended, the goal was to teach people professional level writing. But here in this stream, as I explained to people, I'm just here to teach you to fill in the scenes between the sex scenes with something that people might find compelling. It's my goal.
I see. Yeah.
She's looking out the window. She sees the farmer's body laying in the belt by the tracks.
Exactly. Knockers. That's what we need.
Of course.
Not again.
Panel 3, large panel. Interior passenger coach number 3. Zombie Ojukwu rips his way through the conscripts on his way to Hanso. Hanso races towards passenger coach number 4, shoving the preacher behind him into the path of Zombie Ojukwu.
Out of my way,
Out of my way.
move.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Just
That's
took it.
fine.
Yeah.
I didn't
Now
really
we have
assign
a
any
close
roles.
chase scene. Ooh, do they chase by the naked girl? That would be funny.
There we go.
Panel 1, interior passenger coach 4. Hanzo slams the door or lock again. Behind him through the glass window, Zombie Ojaku and passenger coach number 3 is finishing off the conscripts. Slam! Click. Panel 2, interior passenger coach number 3. Zombie Ojaku stands in the center of the coach, surrounded by dead bodies. The Shadow exits his nose and mouth. Panel 3, the Shadow reanimates a corpse. Please be specific.
Yeah, if I'm a penciler, I don't know what I'm drawing here.
And we've already designed a bunch of these people. So
the butcher.
you might as well be like, does he take the banker or the preacher or what?
That too.
Well, eventually all of them, but
Well, which one in that panel?
The
Yeah.
butcher. Yeah.
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Panel 4, interior passenger coach number 4. Amos, Aaron, and Jaconda enter the coach.
Major,
report.
Yeah.
Oh, we all did it. There. All right.
Sir, the Horde, they're on board.
What?
All right.
Panel 5, exterior train coupler 3-4. The Horde. The Horde is not a specific number of people. We can do better. Leaps over the train coupler, slamming against the door leading to passenger coach number 4. Presumably someone falls off the train and also ends up on not the desert.
Presumably, yeah.
I sent you guys a picture. Go look in the Discord.
Okay.
Jeez. When I looked up African Veld, that was the picture that I saw.
I'm
Alright.
looking at this, looking for this right now. Where is it? Right above Torre?
Still not desert.
I
though.
tagged you all in it.
Yeah.
That is a
That's a
round
writer,
grassland, dude.
Yeah.
It's really hot there, and
Yeah.
grass does not do well where there's not water, but it still grows.
Right.
It's grassland, not desert.
Right.
Anyway.
Desert-ish.
Well,
It's desert colored.
see, what?
It looks like when I drive
Tree
through San
colored,
Bernardino.
dog. Maybe the zombies land on a pile of tea.
Pile of tea?
That's what he said.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, it looked like Southern California when I was driving through San Bernardino, and it was brownish with sandy and whatever.
Anyways,
You guys can argue.
Anyways,
Thirteen.
page
Yeah.
13.
passenger coach number 4. Panel 1. The zombie horde breaks the glass and presses against the wooden door. Panel 2. Amos and Jaconde slam into the door, holding it closed.
Quickly grab some wood and nails. Secure the door. Secure
Panel
this
3.
door, sorry.
Amos and Jaconde sit on the ground, backs against the door, using their legs to brace it shut. Erin stands over them with her pistol, shooting the zombies in the head. That possessive does not work very well in that sentence.
Shooting the zombies.
Yeah.
The conscripts stand by, hammering slats across the door. Blam, blam, bang, bang. Panel 4. Amos, Jaconde, Aaron, and the other conscripts stand back as the zombie, again, one or multiple is unclear here, bangs against the reinforced door.
Yes.
What now, sir?
Captain Jaconde, you and the Major, move everyone back to Coach 5. Secure this coach as a buffer. Second Lieutenant, see to Lady Ridley. Make sure she's okay.
Panel 5. Aaron looks around passenger coach number 4.
Where is Major Hansu? Where
Page
is he?
14. Interior observation coach. Panel 1. Hansu barges into the observation couch.
Coach. Can I
Couch.
spell it wrong?
You definitely wrote that.
Well, maybe it's the casting couch and the observation coach.
Well, I mean, she's
Still
nude.
nude. Maybe
yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Panel 2.
I
Nikki.
feel like this story is becoming rags in Africa. Which could be kind of cool now that I think.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Nikki, in a crouch position over the satchel, hurriedly shoves the skull back into the satchel. Hansu
Oh,
stands
wait,
behind her.
hold up. What am I seeing in panel 2?
Exactly what you think you're seeing in panel 2, Preston.
All right, then. Okay. Carry on.
Use your imagination.
Okay. Hansu, we need a line.
Now, what the blazes are you doing?
See, now this is a John Lamont comic.
There we go.
Panel 3. Nikki leaps at Hansu, scratching at his face and eyes with her fingernails. Panel 4. Hansu throws Nikki onto the ground. Oh god, this is a John Lamont comic.
What the devil has got into you, woman?
Panel 5. Aaron storms into the observation coach, yelling.
Major, give Lady Ridley some privacy.
She attacked me.
Sorry, what?
I'd attack you also if you interrupted me while I was bathing. Get out.
Panel 6. Aaron kneels beside Nikki, putting her arms around her. Nikki stares at the satchel, with no longer glows purple.
I'm sorry. I know he'd never intentionally hurt you like that.
It's fine.
Aaron is skull blocking.
Yeah.
Page 15, Interior, Observation Coach, Day. Amos, Aaron, Hansu, and Jaconde sit around the table. Behind them, Nikki, now wearing her Zulu dress she wore previously, stands at the bar doing shots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Jaconde. Coach Ford,
Nobody.
it seems,
Coach...
SEEMS, most of the Horde are content to stay in Coach 3 for now.
That's what I like. I like a content Horde.
That is how Hordes traditionally work, right?
Yeah.
You take over a train coach, and then you're reasonably content for a moment.
Exactly.
And then you
you kind of sit back and chill out, and you sit in the couches, and then you're like, maybe we should move on.
Yeah.
All right. Captain,
Captain.
Captain, you performed the head count. Were any of the men out of sorts?
No, sir.
Somebody died.
That's a good line. Panel 2, Nikki pours another drink. Panel 3, Nikki drinks the drink. Panel 4, holding the shot glass, Nikki turns to the officers to glare at them.
Excuse me?
The spell only works on the dead.
Spell? What the devil are you on about?
Dun dun dun! All right,
Dun, dun.
There we go. Okay, so John, you're evolving a style. That's cool. It's gratuitous. There was splatting. There was a debate about whether some people should go back to town for the money and to protect maybe some family and stuff, and that was neat. And then we had Ojoku lead a very short-lived uprising. The conscripts, I noticed, were no longer part of that uprising, so good on you conscripts. You found the right side of the train. So neat. We got just a gratuitous titty and maybe more. Big fan. What else, right? I mean, look, I got a book down here. It's just nothing but titties and zombies. So hey, it works, right? Yeah, here it is. Here's my zombie titty comic, and they sold a bunch of them. What do you want? So anyway.
Rags.
That's
yes.
yours.
Rags. I mean, I own it. I did not create it, but I bought one,
Oh.
and it's mine.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
If you buy
I
a
thought
copy, that copy will be yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You
My
selling it
bad.
on
That's how
eBay
property
now?
law
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could destroy it if you want to.
I
but-
could.
Yeah.
But then I would have to buy another copy.
Exactly.
I mean, have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting so much enjoyment out of that one that yeah.
All right, Larry.
Yeah, it was definitely better. There was a little bit more going on this time than last time. So we got a better understanding of why they would want to turn the train back into a zombie horde. So, guy was very concerned about his cow. So, yeah.
Not a cow. It was a bull.
Well, a bull, whatever. Yeah, same thing.
It's a male cow.
Yeah.
Um,
His bovine. Yeah.
one thing that, and I'm sort of possibly dumping a constructive in here as well. Obviously, I liked it, and there was actual drama, and it was clear what people were motivated to do and what the source of the tension was. And it flowed neatly into the action, obviously, and then into the sex. Is that
Good thing or bad thing?
Oh.
It's your story, man. So I don't like that no one actually tries to take over the train. Like, that was a really cool part. With like, no, we need to get to the front. We're doing this. We're turning this around. Let's go. Right. If there would be a way to bring some of that back in, I think it would increase the tension for everybody who's not directly involved in the zombie fight. But I know you're way better aware of the geography of this train than anyone else in this room. So, like, we sort of lost that, like, wait, hold on, they're turning the train around tension. But I think, I mean, if it comes down to it, you've gotten enough, like, immediate drama out of the scenario that it doesn't really matter too much. But that was a cool bit, and now we've lost it. So I don't know if you're planning on having that still be a thing, because at this point the train's going to be overwhelmed by zombies before anyone's going to bother to turn it around.
Well, eventually I was getting to the point where the train is overrun by zombies.
That's awesome.
So the pages that we read the last time where they went all the way up to the train engine, Injoko basically becomes possessed by the shadow and becomes zombie Injoko and basically starts wrecking some shit. So that kind of got, because again, remember, we did 1 through 10 and today we did 6 through 15, so we actually got a little bit further into the story because I didn't have to redo the first 5 pages.
My question, if I buy issue 2, do I get to see a Gatling or machine gun?
No.
The Gatling gun is in issue 4.
I feel like I could see it now. You know, like there's nothing quite like, you know, you got this.
Maybe a Tommy gun. When's this set?
It's set pre.
Well, they have rifles.
Like what? 07, 010?
I mean,
No,
I want to say
39.
he was. Yeah, he said
39. Yeah, Tommy gun.
So it's
Tommy
set
guns
pretty
work.
late.
Tommy
Yeah,
guns
so
versus
a Tommy
zombies.
gun would work.
39. Oh,
Yeah.
He'd be like using like a Thompson or something. But
That is a Tommy gun.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I meant like well, anyway, yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, so they have Tommy. Yes, I mean they can, but that's what was issued to the soldiers.
Yeah.
And some of the people at the end of issue 1. So some of them
That's
have
issue
rifles.
3 item.
So, but the big guns are all in the baggage coach. That's where they want to go. They want to
Okay.
take the big guns
Sounds
from the
good.
baggage coach.
Okay.
But it takes them until issue 4 to actually get there to get the big guns.
Well, I feel like, look, the big guns are important for gun people like myself. So you can foreshadow the fact that you're eventually going to have a Gatling gun tearing through a zombie horde, because I want to see that. So you should at least clue me in of, oh my gosh, somebody needs to get.
We can't let the zombies get to the baggage coach. That's where all
Yeah.
the big guns are.
There you go.
Let's go
Yeah.
defend it now.
There
Well,
we
that's
go.
why they're trying to go to the baggage coach to get the big
just,
guns.
Just mention the guns instead of just having them go that way. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, we need to go here because that's where the guns are.
That's where, yeah.
I believe he did say that there's enough munitions on the train to take on a small army.
Munitions? This is a boring word.
Yeah.
Who cares about munitions? I care about a Gatling gun.
Munitions include guns. It means
Okay,
all
but
types of
maybe
guns.
I'm aware of that.
They have
Yeah.
guns, lots of guns.
Okay, and you should.
Use literally exactly that line.
Right. Yeah. Like, look,
You have zombies.
Right.
Don't get subtle. You have zombies. Zombies are not subtle.
In the movie The Matrix, when they're out to rescue Morpheus from the clutches of Agent Smith, Neo doesn't say, and munitions. Lots of munitions. Does he? No.
It's
But
true.
yeah, they talk funny in the 30s.
Okay. All right. Anyway. So,
So you
constructive.
think I should say he's got guns? Should I have a character say, what's a munition? And then he could say guns. Lots of guns.
Nope, you're in the comic. That's too inefficient.
Yeah.
Just say, like, that's where the guns are.
Look, you need somebody to say, we need to get the Browning 50 cal, or you need, and I can help you. I actually have, again, this role-playing system I'm working with is just embarrassingly specific. So there are supplements of, like, cool guns from, like, the Old West up through, like, the turn of the century. So, like, and it'll name them. It's like, then this is the gun that you see in Unforgiven or whatever. Like, so you can get real specific, like a military officer should. And I think that's better than just being really general. But you want somebody to. It's the equivalent of the wave motion gun from Star Blazers and whatnot, or the gun on the Death Star. It'll be the big thing that's going to wipe out a bunch of stuff that you should foreshadow
It could be a train car full of, like, 1-inch cannons. It doesn't matter. Actually, cannons would be fun. Probably a bit antiquated by this period, but still very fun.
Well, they still used cannons sometimes.
Well,
Yeah,
at this
they're
point,
really
we've been talking about
Yeah.
our artillery. So,
Yeah.
Or mortars.
Probably mortars. Yeah.
Mortars.
Yeah. Mortars are fun.
They were probably more on ships, I think, than...
Yeah, but shooting a gun down a train carriage is hilarious.
That would be fun. Yeah. Which would it would just be cool if they set up a Gatling gun and they're just cranking that thing and the barrels are and like, look, yes, in terms of the time. Okay, well, and now, by the way, we're going a little bit more steampunk because Gatling gun is like an 1800s thing, not a 1930s thing. But in Africa, I mean, they're probably not having access to the latest guns that are coming out. They've probably got some old stuff.
They're between the wars. They might have some pretty recent stuff.
Yeah. No, who knows?
They
Anyway.
had some recent stuff. The Gatling gun in the 30s and World War II did not yet have the motor in it, the electronic motor. That came after. Yeah, you still had to crank it in World War II. I looked that up.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
They need a howitzer. Yeah.
That would be artillery. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have that on a 24-foot.
They might. Yeah.
And you see, this is an interesting discussion we're having about what as soon as we move it from munitions to exactly what kind of death-dealing device should be there, should it be this, should it be that, and there are different pictures of violence. A cannon is different than an artillery piece, which is going to be different than a mortar, which is going to be different than a Gatling gun, which is going to be different than a Browning 50 cal. Go ahead and name your death implement. That somebody's like, we gotta go get the Browning 50 cal and take care of these guys, So
Yeah, and they're like, well, what are we gonna do? There's still some civilians back there. Not for long. These are zombies.
exactly.
Yeah.
Someone scream and tell them to duck.
Well, maybe they were like, we saw the Germans do the rail cannon, so let's make our own.
There you go.
Right? These big tank cannon on a train, that would be kind of cool.
What if the good guys are running out of people? They need someone to crank the machine gun,
They did.
right? Like,
You get one of your naked chicks doing that. So
sure,
there you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Please have something down.
And you
There's a
put that on a cover.
that's a splash page. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something pure like Arnold. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there too much naked chick in this book? Should I like cut some of it
No.
out?
But how is it even possible? Why would you even ask such a ridiculous question?
Depends what you're going for, man. Like, if you want the naked
I mean-
chicks, put them in there. So
There was definitely too much gaslighting, and that read weird.
what?
Sorry, what?
When the dude was like, "She attacked me."
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could probably work on that.
And there was, I mean, this is a John Lamont comic, so I'm sure there was exactly enough sexually suggestive character positioning.
quite possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, that was a little bit extra in the middle of an action scene. You know, this is a John Lamont comic.
Gratuitous. You weren't expecting it. We threw it in for free. There you go.
Yeah. There we go.
Hey, what can I say? I am a connoisseur of fine bodies.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anything else?
No.
And I'm
All
really
right.
glad you did this and shared it, because it was a ton of fun, and the story feels like it has so much more direction as it opens.
Yeah.
Awesome. There you go. Yeah. Well, next week, hopefully Danny will have a script. I'm still off in role playing land. I don't know what I'm going to come back. It's stuff, but I'm learning interesting things like
Well, that's good.
about the guns of the turn of the century and ideas of steampunk Africa. And when I read that, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. And it was talking about like the great the setting that I put in the role playing thing is it's like around 1907, and like the Germans control like East Africa, and the British control like of East Africa. Like the Germans control like East Africa, and the British control like kind of like Kenya, a little bit more like West Africa. And the suggestion was Mount Kenya, which is pretty tall, and it lies right on the equator. So for people who are interested in space, the fact that it's on the equator, and if you want to if you wanted to fire off something on a long cannon barrel to put a satellite in orbit, which conceivably is one way to launch a satellite, Mount Kenya would be and that's a very steampunk way to launch a satellite. And so it could be like a setting for like a space race between the British and the Germans, and the Germans' love of eugenics and steampunk. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. I've got stuff going. So
It was actually very well considered during the moon race that they built a giant cannon. It's still sitting out in the desert, so they were going to use it to launch a capsule into space. So.
Well, problem is, what are you going to put on the capsule? I mean,
it was designed to launch a capsule with people in it into space. That's what it was for.
That's not going to work.
No, but that's what they were designing this cannon to do. So
so somebody needed to sit and think, okay, what's going to happen to people when I subject them to 11,000 Gs?
Exactly. Yeah, it never really worked, but they did build it. So, yeah.
And I got to say, having written Lords of Iron and gone through the physics of how much stress I'm putting on people at what velocity, as soon as I launch it, you can't launch people in a cannon, they'll die. But
depends what you have for gravitational control. So
right, but that cannon's not sending them very far.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, next week we got some ideas brewing, and John, your story's getting better. So fantastic. And I don't just mean by better that there's more nudity, but
liar.
Sure, yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well, I will see everybody next week then. Take care. This has been Press Boulder Podcast Comics. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.